David Perlon. I'm French, born and raised in Paris. I'm 51 years old, turning 52 next month. I started Bali MMA 4 years ago, and I started martial arts 7 years ago. My professional debut was a week ago in Bali for the CFN 30 Canggu Fight Night, fighting for Bali MMA. My first pro fight and the best ever. I was quite confident, of course stressed like always, but quite confident because I had a very good camp with all my partners, all the fighters. The workout was a little bit weird because I didn't know if I was to be a little bit more nervous or more aggressive, and I decided to be cool because I'm a cool person. The crowd was amazing because they were really with me, and I can feel the power of the crowd. They really feed me to fight into the cage. It was a kind of, we're gonna be two animals in a cage. He was the first one in the cage, and first of all, I was proud to fight him for the second time, and he was my prey. It was like, okay, this guy in the cage is gonna be mine. That means I'm gonna bite him. This is what was my thought when I was on top of everything, and when the crowd was with me, it was like, focus on the prey into the cage. He's mine. This is my cage. The good thing with Bali MMA is that you get only professional around you. This is a kind of good pressure in a way, but when you're turning like me, 50, 52, and you need to catch up with them. And this is the most difficult thing. I'm training like a dog, of course, like the entire week. I'm training 6 days a week, but the camp was quite difficult because you need to keep up with people who are doing it the entire year. They are training like 15, 17 hours per week, and they're 25 years old. Then you need to keep up. At the same time, you need to be careful because you still need to keep some strength and some stamina for the day after or for the next training in the afternoon. And it was a good challenge, And lucky me, they were helping me a lot. I was the old guy, the uncle.
Yeah.
I really thought that I'd lose this fight at the beginning, and I was not really into winning or losing. I was into, okay, I did it. I did my first pro fight at 51 years old. The rest, I really don't care. I think my family was proud of me. I think my friends, my team, my MMA team, of course, they were proud of me, and the rest, I really don't care. When you raised my hand, it was just a kind of bonus. It was like the cherry on the top, but it was not important for me. I don't like cherry. But I love the cream, the cake, and everything, and I got all. They give me all. When you say see me again into the cage or training like a beast, into the cage, I don't think so because I need to focus more on BJJ. I would like to really get my purple belt one day or my brown belt. I think it's time, it's time for me to stop fighting because it's too much for an old body. But I really think that people must try. There's no age to fight, there's no age to train, there's no age to challenge himself. Just challenge yourself. This is the only thing that I think is very important in life, and important also to break all the limits in your head. For me, it was a good challenge, and at the same time, it was not really a challenge. It was something that I think I need to do one time in my life. I know I'm never gonna be a UFC fighter. I know I'm not gonna be a one championship fighter or a prize fighter, but I know that I can be better than a regular guy of 20 years old. Almost all my friends abroad, they didn't know that I was training a lot. They didn't know that I got behind me a huge professional team behind me. They didn't know that I got fighters, friends, people who can advise me, people who will understand my goals, people who will guide me. They didn't get it. They said, you're too old for this kind of shit. Try to do another sport, stay on martial arts, but don't do sparring or fighting. You're gonna hurt yourself, you're gonna die, you're gonna have commotions, you're gonna say, yeah, okay, yeah, blah, 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 blah. When they saw my first amateur fight, they said, oh, the old guy can still, he can move, he can do things. And he didn't get injured. When I did the second one, they said, okay, the guy likes it. Third one, they said, okay, why not? And step by step, I had a little bit less people told me that you cannot fight or you don't have to do it. And I have more and more people of my age who would like to do it, who would like to fight, who would like to try, as a kind of inspiration. And for me, it was the best of the best. I got so many people of my age who came to me, or 40 years old. David, I want to fight. What is your advice? I said, nothing, just train. Train well. Be careful, don't forget you're not young anymore. Just train smart. Don't forget that you're not 20 years old, but don't forget that you're not 90 years old. Just train smart. And this train smart comes from someone, you. I'm sorry to tell you that, but in my mind, I got this train smart. Don't train like a dog. I got a friend who's training 4 hours per day every day. But when you put it in the ring, then these 4 hours, it just disappear. You put someone who trains smart like 1 or 2 hours per day, 5 days a week, super strong and is ready to fight and is super sharp. Then this is why I'm thinking all the time, it's good to train, but if you train like a dog, it's gonna be a peanuts. But if you train smart, you're gonna be stronger. First time I saw 2 guys, they were doing some strange things on the mats. I thought at the first time they were lovers. I said, whoa, weird. And after that, I can see that one was bleeding. I said, oh, cool. Then I asked them, can I join you? How much is it? What money? Come and join us. And I was training with them Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu every Sunday for 3 hours with these 2 guys. Just BJJ, kind of a little bit. We were punching a little bit each other, and I love it. This is my first, like when I put my foot inside this kind of a ring of war. And after that, I said, oh, I want more. Then boxing came. I was not too bad in boxing, quite aggressive. And the Muay Thai came just after. I said, oh, I like to kick, but I prefer to punch. And I prefer the grappling also. I love the grappling. Then I put all together and I tried first time to do a kind of a sparring MMA, and I love it. I love it. You can see that I got the power to put someone on the floor to finish him. And I said, this is super interesting. Then this is how I started martial art, because before I was not into martial arts at all. I was playing basketball, pussy sports, running a little bit, bicycle, skateboard, rollerblade for 20 years, but nothing else. I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover. I don't think I can separate them. It's just that in my mind there is a kind of button on and off. When I'm sparring and when I'm fighting, I put the button on, and here we go. I'm not thinking about injuries, I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm thinking about killing the person in front of me if it's a professional fight, if it's an amateur fight. The button is in the middle, and I'm just rolling, or I'm just playing, and I'm just working. I don't think you can remove from the other one. For me, I'm still 80% of a lover. The 20% is just for fun. For me, it's really a sport. It's not something that I'm gonna use in the street. It's not something that I'm gonna use on someone. I never fight in my life. I'm 51 years old, and I hope I'm never gonna fight in my life because I don't like violence. The cage is something different. Training martial arts is different. To take a punch in my face is not a punishment. It's like, okay, it's a sport. Punching someone, if I don't hurt him, it's a sport. We are training each other and we are learning from each other. That's it. Be humble. Just be humble. I was lucky when I was training with very good fighters, very good grapplers, very good wrestlers. They were like, okay, you know nothing, but you look like a humble guy, then let me teach you. And I love to learn. I love to learn from people. I really love it. I'm humble because for me, I'm like, wow, I'm like a kid. I'm discovering something new and I want to be them. I'm proud to fight in Bali MMA because I've got some people, I would like to be like them, you know, a good fighter or a good grappler. You know who I'm talking about? Of course. There's only 2 guys here, no name. I never push my children to join me in martial arts. Of course, you get always an influence on them. But for example, my son, when he started martial arts, he was like 4 years old. He likes the kicks. He started with a taekwondo. And after that, he likes to grappling. He's a super grappler. I love his grappling. And now he wants to be an MMA fighter. Okay, the mother is not happy, but me, I'm happy for it. And I'm gonna tell you something. And my daughter, she likes BJJ also. She don't want to be a fighter, but she likes the flow of the BJJ. She likes the atmosphere. And for my family, except my wife, who tried BJJ, I think it's a lesson of life. My kids, they never fight at school. They're like me, they are teddy bears, really teddy bears. When they have to fight, they never fight. They try to avoid to fight. They get friends, everybody loves them. They're giving love to people, they receive love. They never use their martial arts at school or outside, never ever. And I don't think they're like me, they're gonna think of it. We can be dangerous, of course, in martial arts. We can be aggressive or whatever. We are competitors in the family. My son just wants to kill the opponent when he's competing, and my daughter too, and me too. But out of this, it's another life, it's something different. In our family, we're rolling at home, we're fighting little fights, but we don't have this kind of aggressivity with martial arts. Martial arts is really a way of life for us. It's like Mr. Bruce Lee says something like that, like we are flowing with the water or with the river or something like that. I'm not good in quotes, but we are the same, you know, we're like a river, we're just flowing. And martial arts flowing into us. Third, I'm gonna tell them there's no limits of what you wanna do, first of all. And second, martial arts, it's a base. If you wanna train martial arts, you have to train martial arts. It's good for your body, it's good for your mind, it's good for everything. And when you're gonna train martial arts, you're gonna feel maybe the feeling to do more than that, and maybe why not to try to fight, just to try to do an amateur fight first, to go to another level. And I think there is no age to try martial arts, and there is no age to fight. You just have to find your limits, and you have to be smart when you're gonna train. That's it. But I said, all people train martial arts, train MMA, and fight.